The pressure on the performer to strategies is already done by someone else in the center. Great question. So, what was the experience?
It was an excellent experience doing procedure under a lot of supervisors.
Yeah, understandable.
And live procedure. So initially I felt very difficulty to traverse stomach. Sometimes happens, especially if there is any post-operative case or post-labor hospital.
But you overcome the difficulty by the pressure change position.
Change of position.
It
that
has
helped.
Yeah.
And later on, there was large diverticulum, so the ampulla was hidden, and I have searched for that.
Good.
And with the doing the folds here and there by ampulla ampulla visualized, and I decided I can cannulate it or not. I do the wire-guided cannulation or direct cannulation through papillotome. So bile was coming, so I thought there is the passage, there is the intact track. So I initially tried. I made the decision of to do cannulation with the papillotome direct.
Good.
And in that I succeeded. And initially went into cystic duct. So there was a difficulty to get proper tract from cystic duct to the common hepatic duct, common bile duct. So with help and multiple
you suggest to attack, and how come you cross this difficulty to from cystic to circular?
So change of position worked. Change of position. We have tried to bow
in this particular case.
In this particular case, we have tried to bow the papillotome as well multiple times.
So it's still there and that go which helps you to navigate to the CBD.
So then after we injected contrast, and I think there was the filling defect in the distal CBD.
Possible.
Yeah. And the caliber of the ducts was not too much dilated. It was not dilated to me.
Normal caliber.
Normal caliber. It was not dilated to me.
How much?
I think it was 4-5 mm. It was not touching.
Just to compare the scope.
Scope.
It
was less than scope.
Yeah, definitely.
It was less than scope. And the intrahepatic ducts also visualized except improper filling of right system.
Later on, it's also specified well
And then after that, there was a step of doing papillotomy. And
what's your fear in sphincterotomy in this patient?
The one was that ampulla was it was at the verge site of wall of the diverticulum. So I haven't enough space to do the adequate papillotomy. But the above fold was enough. ट्रांसवर्स की जो फोल्ड है वहाँ तक मुझे स्पेस थी कि मैं कट कर सकूँ. वो मैंने वहाँ तक नहीं इजी था कि यानी यहाँ तक जो इजीली कट हो सकता है.
But in this patient, you have to structure or the stroke is normal, so better to avoid and it's not very get sphincterotomy or leaving the edge of the reticulum. I think that's fine. That's fair.
Then I observed either papillotomy is enough or not. opened papillotome came out from papillotome space. So
You mean both the sphincterotome?
both is.
Is there a good way of assessing sphincterotome की?
I have learned this.
नहीं आपकी छोटी इवन इफ यू अगर स्मॉल स्पिंक्टरोटमी अगर वो करके आपकी पुश किए तो आप बाहर आ जाएगा. So it's not a good way of assessing. Balloon is the only better way.
I think
Balloon
it just only helps the extent of spectrotomy.
Exactly.
It's not assessing your size of spectrotomy.
Correct. You're exactly right.
It helps the person.
जब हम वो करते हैं, जब हमने कट नहीं किया है, तो वो हमें बता देगा हमें कितना कट करना है.
अच्छा.
तो एक्सटेंट बता सकता है, साइज नहीं बता.
Later on, जी sir.
I'm just saying, Dr. Sir, the idea is that we are getting a feedback from the trainee. ठीक है, तो what is happening, although Dr. Ali has done an excellent job, but what is happening is Dr. Ali is giving you a running commentary of whatever he's done.
Yeah.
ठीक है, so that's not the idea of feedback. Idea of feedback is what did he do right, what difficulties he faced, and how do we think in the next case we are going to overcome those
If we
difficulties.
start from the
So that you to have the right.
If I understood the point, I felt difficulty traversing the duodenum. Stomach. Allah.
So you said a little bit early, you have to position or you have to bring the pressure. Because you have ever seen the material in the stomach of under. So you have to decide a little bit early. You have to give pressure by giving the split electric position to the patient. You can manage easily when you instruct the technician of the room. So you have to give a little early decision. Number one. Number two. At times the ampulla in the diaphragm via direct condition it helps because ampulla is small, opening is small, but in this case I think its opening is good. You can pass the very easily, but at times maybe I am wrong. Via direct condition it helps a lot by genital cannulation. Otherwise you make the position very well. As per instruction, you follow the. You told me very clearly that I am not comfortable with this spectrometry because it is very less. The patient safety is first. But as discussed in the case, we just make a small spectrometry because we are not sure about the structure of the stone, if stone is or structure. But after I think it's good size, with good flow by sea. So I think it's. But just you need to have to take a decision regarding your next step.
So you're talking about early decision making, or if this doesn't work, what is the next step you want to go?
Do you get feedback from him? How do you feel the trainer was?
Trainer was no doubt very polite, and I have explained everything to him. I will do this, and later wherever you feel you can take over. He agreed upon these things, and he let me to do the things easily. He provided me opportunity, he provided me time. He not rushed early to take a scope, and that provided me confidence. He was guiding me, he was giving me verbal instructions, but he provided me adequate opportunity to recall my reflexes, to do the procedure, and to do smoothly. So I feel good teacher.
Negative.
What do you think he can do? Is there anything that he can do next time to improve it, or if he was doing it with you next time, what would you say that he can do less or more? So I think so two things. One would be for the case. So I think it was all good. You were prompting him. What you did later on was you were deconstructing him for him that how would you do this, how would you do that. I would have wanted you to deconstruct when he was stuck in the stomach, because it took him 10 minutes to cross the pylorus. You did in the end prompt him. Okay, what about pushing up there and putting a lateral position, which then clicked on his mind and then he did it. But 10 minutes for stomach, then you would have prompted him a bit early. What do you think now? It's not going. What should we do? So maybe he would have gone in a bit earlier. But I think after that you continue to deconstruct for him. When the ampulla was a tricky position, with the folds and within the diverticulum. So you deconstructed for him. Look, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the synchrotron? And he said, I'll just move the folds and see where the ampulla is. So I think that was all good. That was all good. And feedback wise, as I said earlier, just try and not get a running commentary. Just try and see, because what you obviously experienced trainee. So what you want to do is, okay, you did all these steps properly. What are you going to do? Because in this case now, because if he was your trainee and he was going to do another case with you, you're making a plan for the next case. So you did this with me now. Now the next patient we have got is this. This is what we're gonna do and that. So that sort of builds up on the next case's initial briefing as well.
I think the अपने decision making की पता है. So what was your cystic duct you went 2 times? What are the things which you did which helped you to get it? Was any? What are the things you did to help? No, because I couldn't hear the start. Cystic
में जाती थी ना, तो आपने कुछ किया वो वापस वीडियो में चले गए.
तो मैंने I have first we tried going up the.
Okay. So get it down and then you go.
दूसरा जो स्कोप की जो है ना,
स्कोप पोजीशन चेंज.
स्कोप की पोजीशन चेंज की, एक्सेस सीधा हो गया.
अच्छा.
तब किया.
So when you had
एक हमने सर दूसरा भी किया है इससे. हमने पेप्लाट भी की.
Correct. No, you did all those good things which you could see, but we were not what we were communicating.
Because when you were assisted that, I told just with the spectrotomy, so you can maintain a position very nicely or very patently. Otherwise you can fall in and again to go and
Correct.
difficult.
If you were still struggling, what would be the next step?
Yeah.
After OB nahi kar, whatever you did is, you did a spectrotomy, you did bowing, you did change the position. अगर फिर आपको तकलीफ हो रही थी, what would be the next step? Okay. So I think as a trainer, you could have the discussion as a micro discussion there itself. Will we do this? Then you know that you have a thought process. अगर ये नहीं हुआ,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Then it becomes like what Shanil said, that 10 minutes pylorus में ये. So that sessions becomes much more quicker. So for everything, if you have a thought process, अगर ये नहीं हुआ, the next time will probably try balloon or and then try that, or otherwise now you've done everything I've done, I will take over. So that's a time to take over as well, because इसमें क्या है, algorithm नहीं, it's a bit of a trial and error है ना, because anatomy varies so much. You've done all the right things, but still you couldn't achieve. Then probably trainer can take over and say, I will try now, because I did everything you could do. We were discussing, Shani, in the room about ampullary diverticulum setting. How to get in, So again, I'm not saying this is the right way, but what I have found, which we have it always helps for us, is that as soon as you see the ampulla, this is the head end of the patient. What I do as soon as I see the ampulla on the left pole of the diverticulum, sometimes they're also sometimes inside, isn't it? Irrespective of where it is on the left pole, what I do is I keep the umbilicus on the left side, and as a patient head, if I was like this, I will get the umbilicus on this side and move here, away from the head. What that does is that now scope is this way. It's already given a lot of anti-clockwise movement. I always succeed very quickly in that position. So just moving from there to here.
आप ये कह रहे हैं कि
ये head है,
ये head
ये umbilical cord. Umbilical cord, you know, आपकी umbilical cord
अभी कहीं पर पड़ा है।
हाँ,
umbilical cord यहाँ से
यहाँ है ना,
ठीक है।
तो बेसिकली मैं तय की जगह पे हूँ।
तो umbilical cord से ऊपर से जाके umbilical cord यहाँ से
आगे
आगे
fine.
and then you come head यहाँ है, आप पूरे इधर आ जाइए.
समझ गए, okay, fine.
And then you try and stand like this. So the scope is this way.
So you can.
And then you got, and then almost sometimes I'm looking at this direction. You quickly you cannulate. Okay, so try that.
You were telling about the
On the left wall of the diverticle.
Yeah.
On the right wall of the diverticle, I can quickly with the you change. If you're failing, you go with straight cannula. Or if it sometimes fails, I've gone with a therapeutic gastroscope. Because you need much more straighter and for the right wall, go with, if you're struggling, go with a straight cannula rather than a sphincterotome. Or if you're rarely, I've gone with the, but try this for a left wall.
Left
Here,
wall.
umbilicus to it, just move. You'll see so much of difference.
Turning you can just do the dots and then
आपकी डॉप्स करके बात चाहिए.
आज 7 है।
Thanks.
ये ले लोगे फार्म में। सर ये जा क्यों नहीं रहा वैल्यू?
इसमें कुछ नहीं करना, तुम्हें तुम थोड़ा सा बाल का होता है कि जो बलून बाहर लेके आओ, तुम्हारा सिर्फ यूं करके जा रहा था ना, उसे मैं उठा चला है। तीनों मुझे पढ़ना है।
आपने
मैं आपके पढ़ पढ़ी नमाज पढ़ी आपने?
मैंने
सामने